afternoon, Outliers. How are y'all doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Hope everything has gone well for you this week. I know it has definitely been a crazy, crazy week in the market. But you know what? We turned out okay. We followed our rules, and by following our rules, we managed to do all right this week, right? Managed to capture some profits while the market is sinking. Pardon me while I adjust my microphone real quick. I don't like the mic in the shot. It's just a thing I'm pedantic about. Okay, there we go. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. We need to start the day off with the winner of our weekly winners circle. All right, let's go to our Discord here. So the way to win in the weekly winner circle is super, super easy. All we want to know is, how did you use Outlier this week? What worked well for you? And you know what? It doesn't even have to be like, oh, I made tons and tons of money on this trade. It's the fact that I used Outlier to do this or that, right? Because we want to know how you're using Outlier, and we want to reward you for sharing that with us. So the way that this works is I am going to click the hang on, I'm going to go into the share your big wins section. That's right, that's what I'm looking for. Now, I looked at this earlier and I saw that Sebastian and Dave were the only two that I saw who posted during this week. So I have limited it down to just those two guys. Now, you can't win week after week, so Peter, you're unfortunately excluded from winning this week. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Nobody had been in the chat yet, and I was like, is that live? I'm not sure if it's working. Brian says Sebastian wins. I don't know, dude. Let's see. I really don't know. So we've got these two guys here. It's number 1 for Sebastian, number 2 for Dave. And the way that we're going to do this is super simple. We're going to go to a random number words are not working today. Hey, Max, there we go. I was wondering if anybody was out there, just talking to myself. We're going to use a random number generator, and I'm going to type in the upper or lower bound of 1 and upper bound of 2. Now, when I click this generate button, it's going to give us a result, and that result will either be number 1 for Sebastian, number 2 for Dave. No, Brian, no. if anything, he's the big loser for the week. 3, 2, 1. Sebastian's the winner. You were right. Brian, can you predict the future? Because you totally just predicted that Seb would win this week. Let me go ahead and put that in the Discord here. And congrats to @Seb. Now, he's won once before. That doesn't mean he can't win again. Just can't win 2 weeks in a row for winning this week's weekly winners circle. There you go. Yes, using Outlier. Exactly. All right. So with that out of the way, I did see this news story that I wanted to talk about. Turn this on real quick. Yeah, I saw this video and I was like, oh, this looks juicy. Let's talk about it.
GPT is the top performing doctor in a new study conducted on 5 AI language models. It scored 98% on the same 50 questions that doctors have to answer to get a medical license, beating competitors Claude, Gemini, Grok, and Hugging Chat / Llama. Joining us right now with more on this is Dr. Scott Gottlieb. He's former FDA commissioner, also a CNBC contributor. And Dr. Gottlieb, I have to say I learned a lot reading through your article that's now posted on this. I think the thing I learned that shocked me the most is that doctors only have to get a 60% to basically get a passing grade on this.
Wait, what? Doctors only have to get 60%? Okay, I just saw this post a day or two ago, and it was a person, I forget their name. And if I could get you that post as quickly as I thought of it, I would, but I don't know how to find it that quick. This person said he was an engineer at NASA, and he just looked up the formula for the volume of a sphere. Yeah. And I just thought that was interesting because, you know, when we're in school, we have to memorize all these things. When we're in school, we have to memorize all these formulas, take all these tests, all these exams, just to prove that you know something. Yet in the real world, you can Google up your answer, right? In the real world, you can actually say, oh, you know what? I work at NASA and I cannot remember off the top of my head just exactly what the formula is for the volume of a sphere. Let me Google it up real quick. Oh yeah, now I can apply that. And the best story I ever had with that was I was working with this individual, very smart guy, but also very cocky in how smart he was, right? And this was early on in my trading career, and we were talking about options, and he's like, "Oh yeah, if you're so smart with options, why don't you list me off the Black-Scholes options pricing formula?" And I looked at him and I said, "I don't have to know the formula to know how to make money, and I know how to make money using options." And that shut him up real good, because you can be as academic as you want to be, but in reality, what does it take to achieve your outcome? And it's sometimes you can Google it up, the answers, and it's not going to be the end of the world, right? It's not going to take down NASA if you don't know the formula for the volume of a sphere. Jean-Louis is here. They still call the person with the C average in medical school a doctor. Yeah. Brad says, whoever memorized that? I don't know. People who think that they are far too smart for their own goods. That's who. But going back to this, right? ChatGPT is just Googling up the answers, right? Of course it's going to score higher than anybody else. Of course ChatGPT is going to be the highest scoring doctor of all time because it can Google the answers. It's not like it knows anything.
Yeah, and the average score is 75%, and all of these large language models pass the medical licensing exam. So what we did was we fed 50 questions from the USMLE Step 3 medical licensing exam. So this is the third in a three-part series of exams that doctors take. Typically, you'll take this Step 3 while you're in your first year of residency, and it's the final step before getting your medical license. So we fed 50 questions from this exam to the top 5 large language models. We were expecting more separation, and quite frankly, I wasn't expecting the models to do as well as they did. The reason why we wanted to do this was a lot of consumers and
so ChatGPT 4.0, we have that. Totally awesome. We use it for so much stuff. Claude 3.5 got a 90%. Google's Gemini, it was probably too woke to get a 90%. And Elon's Grok got an 84%. But still, let's be realistic here. They're just Googling up the answers. It's not like they actually know anything, right? I'm not putting ChatGPT in the operating room and say, go for it. Just Google up how to do a brain surgery real quick, right? Of course, anybody can learn the what is the word I'm thinking of? Can be knowledgeable. That's still not the word I'm thinking of. They can spit out formulas, they can spit out answers, but like practical application, I don't think these large language models can actually put practical application in place. Brian says this is great for studying. Yeah.
Physicians are using these large language models to answer medical questions, and there really wasn't good evidence out there on which ones were better. There were some studies looking at individual models, mostly ChatGPT, but no one had compared across the different models. And the results were really striking to me. The fact that ChatGPT got a near perfect score.
Did you notice the 5th result gets like 45 seconds delay for everybody else because it's that bad?
And the other thing that ChatGPT was able to do was contextualize its responses. So it didn't just give you the answer, but explained why it chose a particular answer and then why it didn't choose other answers. So it was very descriptive and gave you a lot of good information.
I have been Googling my medical symptoms for years, and
good point, right? Isn't that the old thing, right? Anytime you Google up your symptoms, you immediately have cancer and you're on death's door. I feel like that's a thing.
Scaring the heck out of myself, convincing myself I have everything wrong with me under the sun. Are you telling me that ChatGPT is going to be better at that, or is it going to be more of the same? Because
it's going to be more of the same.
I am clearly just somebody who worries way too much about things.
Yeah, look, I think the large language models are certainly better than using open source, search techniques like Google. They provide richer information, more descriptive information, and a lot of them will also provide references as well. References certainly if you ask for them.
Hold on, I don't worry about those references because I heard about, now of course this was a few months ago. ChatGPT's probably evolved since then, but I heard a few months ago where ChatGPT was helping an attorney with their case, and then they had all these case laws that they cited and gave to the attorney, and then the attorney turned around and presented that as part of his case, and then the case eventually got dismissed or thrown out or whatever because the judge was doing his research on the citations inside of all the legal documents, and these cases didn't exist. Like, it legitimately made up case law. It made up case law, gave it names, so it's straight up fiction, and then they were trying to use it in a court of law to say, this is the justification for one thing or another. I mean, like, at that point, it's like, we're just making up fiction. So the citations here, they don't really impress me all that much. However, you know, Microsoft now owns a big portion of OpenAI, which is ChatGPT's parent company, right? WebMT didn't use ChatGPT. He used the Texas version. I don't know what that means. So I was looking at OVTLYR's results for Microsoft, right? And so we had a recent buy signal in June and then a recent sell signal just a couple of days ago. And I got to thinking about how the market's actually been in a really bad place lately. And I was like, how well did this work, right? How well did this sell signal come? So I pulled up the charts on Microsoft, right? Here's the buy signal on June 14th. This buy signal right here, June 14th. And you can see it went up. Let's go from here. It went up, it peaked, it turned around. And on July 15th, this is the sell signal that came on that date, right? So we've got about 2.5% gain or so, about $11 on the stock, which is pretty awesome. But look what happened after that, right? Look what happened after the sell signal. The sell signal came and then the bottom dropped out, right? It dropped another $20, another 4.5 percentage points since that sell signal came. So I love sharing these success stories in OVTLYR, right? Because it just works all day and all night. And I love being a part of this company. And also I love the fact that it has a 113% return here inside of the buy and sell signals with OVTLYR. And just pulling up these case studies, just, you know, makes me happy to see that. Also, real quick, do me a favor while you're watching this video, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, please. So yeah, with all that being said, I don't think that I'm going to be calling up, I use Teledoc on occasion, but I'm not going to be calling up Teledoc's AI and having them come up with some idea for what my illness may be. I certainly am not going to be looking forward to that day, but most likely that's going to be coming soon. Well, I tell you what, it's time for our market analysis. So, welcome to the OVTLYR Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple. Save time, make money, start winning with less risk. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Uhl. I've twice been awarded Top 100 People in Finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and I am a partner with OVTLYR. And this is just my style of trading using OVTLYR. So we're going to be using the golden ticket trading strategy today, which is the 8 steps to turn profit hacking into pure gold. So we're going to be looking at the golden ticket trading strategy with the master key, right? We've got to have the master key in order to move forward. And that includes the signal on the market, the buy signal on the market's breadth, and then the sector breadth. So if I don't have that, I'm not trading. But we do need to start with the market trend. Let it tell us which direction it's going. Now, yesterday, we abandoned ship. Yesterday, I said, get out of everything. And that's exactly what I did. I'm back to flat. I have no risk on in the market right now. It closed slightly above the 20 EMA yesterday. That was my line in the sand. Anytime the SPY closes under the 20 period, I'm out. And it's not something I do lightly, right? If it closes under the 20, wait to put on new trades until it closes over the 10 EMA again. Now, there have been multiple times we've seen lately in this really strong bullish trend where it's closed under and then popped right back up. We haven't seen that just yet. It totally might, right? Don't get complacent saying, okay, we're now going to see the sky falling at this point. But currently the sky is falling. Or at least the SPY is falling down about 2.5%, right? It's down to a level. Actually, we could go all the way back here. Levels we haven't seen since June 20th. So an entire month just wiped off the board in the span of 3 days. On days like this is when you are reminded why following your rules, having a trading plan is super, super important. In fact, I was looking at our list. These are the stocks that we got out of yesterday. Zillow's down, AFL's down, KBH and BAC are up slightly. NEM is down, AEM is down. Let's just take a look at this, right? We got in on these green lines, and then we got out right around. I'll tell you what, I'll move the orange lines where we got out. And you can see, you know, we did okay here, managed to save a little bit more profit here. Did okay here, managed to save some more profit. BAC, we got out right here. So this one wouldn't have worked out so well if we had held it, but that's okay. I don't want to maintain this risk. Same thing with this one here. AFL, man, this one stinks, but I made some money on it and I'm okay with that. And then Zillow, This one just didn't work out for us. I think we had like 6 in a row, 6 nice winners and 1 loser. So I'll be glad to take that all day, every day. But this market right now, I wouldn't be trading it with Brian's money. I wouldn't be trading it with Sebastian or Max's money either. I would be staying right out of this market until it decides what it's going to do. So game plan for next week. If it pops back up over the 10, I'm interested again, as long as all of the other signals line up. If it falls, right? If it falls, we have a different game plan. If it has a 10 under the 20 with price under the 50, which could happen. Okay, it could. I'm not saying it's going to, but it could. That's when I'll start looking for short opportunities. But in the meantime, there is, yeah, ouch, big time. There is nothing wrong whatsoever with holding cash. A lot of people, when they get into the market, they want to just trade. I want to go. If I'm not putting a trade on right today, I'm not making money. But at the same time, staying out of the market is a fantastic trade to make in a volatile market just like this. So I'm out of the market. I hope you are too. And I hope that your weekend is incredible. And I'll see you right back here on Monday. Talk soon.